What it is, good people, it's your boy P Double, one half of the Bootleg Cable Podcast. Hopefully y'all having a good day. Whatever day it is y'all choose to watch this video, hopefully it was great. And hopefully whatever the content is of this video don't make the day any less great for you, right? So y'all clicked on the video for a reason. And I think that for the most part it's going to be a mixture of two reasons that you clicked on this video. One, you saw the title and you automatically ready to call me anti-American. You ready to cuss me out, blah, 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 this, that, and the third. And, you know, you ready to inject whatever hatred you have in your mind for people that say the things that are in the title of this video on me, right? Or two, you just want to hear me out. Like, yo, what is this dude saying? Like, why would he make a statement like that? And let me try to hear him out and understand where he's coming from. Hopefully y'all the latter, but I doubt that that's going to be the case, right? So let's talk about the Star Spangled Banner, or the national anthem, right? The national anthem was written by Francis Scott Key. It was written around the early 1800s, sometime, let's say around between 1812 and 1815, right? Francis Scott Key was a lawyer. He happened to be on a British ship, to my understanding, trying to free like a doctor or something that had got captured. And obviously he's a lawyer, so he was brought in to, you know, be that liaison between the British and the lawyer. So the Star Spangled Banner is basically a retelling, or it's a poem about the situation that was happening at hand, right? They call it the War of 1812. It lasted for about 3 years. It was a conflict that was going on around the area of Fort McHenry, right? And that's in Baltimore, Maryland, right? The Star Spangled Banner, or the national anthem as we know it, is pretty much like 1/4 of the total song, or 1/4 of the total poem. Through my understanding, I think it was his brother that was actually the person that made the song into a national anthem. So Mr. Key wrote the words, and his brother made it into a song format. I think they say it took him like a week to write the song or something like that, or a week to write the poem. And again, his brother is the one that put it in song format. So again, War of 1812, this is about happened like a 3-year conflict. It was between the British and United States, happened around the area of Baltimore, Maryland. It was defending Fort McHenry. And he wrote this song, right? And, you know, we all know the song. We all know the anthem, national anthem. We grew up singing it, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is that most people, a lot of Americans feel two different ways about the national anthem. Either you love it, you think it's the greatest song ever, and you know what I mean, you stand when it comes on and you put your hand over the heart and you shed tears and you do all of this, and that's one group of people. And the other people is just like, hey, it's just a song. And another group of people just they don't like it at all. It's just like, yo, they can't stomach the national anthem. And usually that group of people, the reason being is because some of the national anthem, it has gotten edited over the course of the years, right? It didn't become the national anthem until 1931, and that was brought into place by Herbert Hoover. Herbert Hoover made the song, the national anthem, in 1931, right? One of the reasons why it didn't become a national anthem until 100 years after the war is because of the anti-British sentiment that was going on throughout the song. And also because of one of the lines that two of the lines that I'm gonna speak about right now. So the whole anti-British sentiment was they didn't want to make it a national anthem because obviously after this conflict, eventually the United States and Great Britain became allies. So you don't want to, okay, now we cool, but we gonna put this song out as our national anthem, and it's a song based, it's like a diss track to y'all. It's like America's hit 'em up to the British. You know what I'm saying? And for those that don't know, hit 'em up, man, Google it. So two of the bars in this song kind of upset black folks, especially, you know, in the most recent years. I want to say like around 2016 when the whole Colin Kaepernick situation was going on and blah, 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 blah. So one of the bars that says, no refuge could save the hireling and slave. Second bar is from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave, right? So we come to find out that Francis Scott Key supposedly was a racist, right? They said throughout the readings, the different readings that I've read about this, he considered black people a distinct and inferior race. And he supported emancipating slaves only if they were immediately shipped to Africa, right? So he supported the emancipation of slavery, but only if you take them out of slavery and get them out of America, right? So would you consider that person a racist? I would think so. You know, looks like a duck, quacks like a duck. Most likely it's a duck, right? Because a lot of people, if you look at different readings about Mr. Key, some people say that he supported the abolition of slavery. But yeah, in what context, right? So this dude wrote this song, and those two lines were in there. And I don't want to make this specifically about those two lines, but they're in there, right? So let's just think about this song in the sense of, I am a racist, right? And I hate white people. I'm a known racist, right? And I consistently talk about white folks in a negative manner, and I've done bad things to white people, blah, 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 blah. And then now I decide to make this song. And over the course of history, this song becomes popular. Now, in this song, I speak down on white folks. No refuge could save them for the terror and flight or gloom of the grave. Like basically, I'm gonna kill y'all. You know what I mean? That's pretty much what it's saying, is no one can save you from death. Specifically, the hireling and slave, meaning the hireling is like a person that would work for a meaningless job. You know what I'm saying? So if you're against me, and also the slaves, it's nothing that's going to stop me from killing you. But pretty much that's my interpretation of it. Y'all might be different, right? So I'm a racist, and I created this song. I hate white people and blah, 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 blah. And then over the course of however many years, from 1812 up until now, 2022, this song happens to become the national anthem of the country. But I wrote a whole bunch of other stuff in the song too, but y'all just decided to take out the parts that's a little bit more offensive to the slaves, which happened to be the black folks at the time, and the British, because now the British is our allies, right? How would you feel about that song? Be honest with yourself. You know who the person that wrote it, you know the history behind them. You know that they came from a well-to-do family that owned slaves and da-da-da-da-da. They fought, they upholded slave laws and this, that, and the third. Like, this is what this dude did. He was a lawyer at the time under Andrew Jackson. He upholded slave laws and supported the capturing of slaves and da-da-da-da-da. And he wrote this song that happened to become the hit 'em up, the national anthem of the United States, the national anthem of a country speaking of hatred towards slaves and the British. How would you feel about that? You wouldn't feel good about that at all, right? So again, let's fast forward to now, where back to the whole, I think I spoke about the Brittany Griner situation. People seem to have this hatred towards Brittany Griner, and they call her anti-American. They call Colin Kaepernick anti-American, LeBron James, you name it. If you kneeled during the national anthem, it's a segment of the population out there that calls you anti-American. Eminem, he did it too, threw up the fist, blah, 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 blah. All these people call you anti-American, And the same people that are calling you anti-American actually fought for this country. They fought for you to have the right to protest, the freedom of speech, da 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 da. But if you protest during the national anthem, all of a sudden you're not American anymore. All of a sudden you're despicable, and if you don't like it, you should leave the country, and this, that, and the third. Really? Really? Is that how y'all feel about people that, let's put it in this context. You're in a marriage. You love your wife. Y'all been married for however long y'all been married for. But she got certain ways about her that you don't like, right? You don't think that you should try to change that so that, okay, yeah, you love her, but you don't like certain things that she does. You love America, but you don't like the oppression. You love America, but you don't like the racial profiling. You love America, but you don't like the percentage of police brutality that's coming your way, and you want it to change. You want to speak up about that, right? What's so wrong in that? What's so wrong in trying to form a more loving union, form a more loving place to live, form a more loving place, a place where people would like to get along, be peaceful, this, that, and the third, make money? What's wrong with that? And a lot of y'all find a lot wrong with that because it doesn't fit in your ideal of how to do it. So that's why I titled the video the way I titled it, man. Fuck the national anthem, and fuck the national anthem respectfully, right? And I say that because, again, I love America, right? This is my country. This is where I was born. But when I say that now, y'all gonna say, well, if you don't, I have to love everything about it. I have to love all of the negative. I have to love the hatred that people spew for no reason. I have to love the bigotry, the you know what I'm saying? Like, it's as a black person in the United States, we just feel different about the country. We just do. Most black folks, we just feel different about the country. And a lot of us feel like y'all, or we feel like we feel really pro-American until some shit happens that makes us anti-American, until that nasty head of racism comes out, or that police brutality, or that sense of, you know what I'm saying? Like, we feel a certain way about the country that I think most of the people, most of the other Americans here, whether it be Latino Americans, Asian Americans, we have our own experience. So I think that a lot of the times people just need to understand that people like, say, a Brittany Griner, she does not hate America. She's not anti-American, right? She just wants to see certain things change. She she happens to be black and part of the LGBT community. So as a black person, she sees things a certain way, and as a gay person, she sees things a certain way. Whether you agree with it or not, that's fine, because I agree with some of her stances and I disagree with others, right? But she's not anti-American, and people that kneel for the flag, kneel during the national anthem to support anti-police brutality, or they kneel during the national anthem to make light of, to bring awareness to other situations. That shouldn't make you feel like these people hate America. It should make you feel like these people want to see certain changes. It should make you feel like these people see certain things and they want it to change, and I need to find a way to bring attention to it. You can't support the freedom of speech. You can't support the right to protest and then act like it's only supposed to be done a certain way. You can only do it on 2nd Street during the hours of 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Or like y'all, you don't get to choose that. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it's an inconvenience sometimes. It makes for, Martin Luther King said protest supposed to be uncomfortable. I think it was Martin Luther King. One of the motherfuckers said it. It's supposed to be uncomfortable. It's supposed to make people uncomfortable enough to change. So again, speaking of the national anthem, we don't feel the way that you feel. Y'all super duper Americans, we don't feel the way that you feel when the national anthem comes on. We don't feel the same way that you feel about the flag. Because, again, I don't come from a family that I can say in the last 2-3 generations have experienced slavery. But if I did come from a family where they were hung in the deep South by white folks, and those white folks was flying flags, American flags, and my great grandfather saw those things, and then my great aunts and uncles and cousins and and they passed those stories down, and they saw all of those things behind the guise of this is America, like niggers, y'all don't belong here. You don't belong here. That stuff gets passed down. It gets passed down from generation to generation, and people hear the stories about it. We read about it in the textbooks. We see the pictures of people getting hung with American flags in the background, or crosses burning. They're getting hung and killed in the name of Christianity. And then we hear this song and we find out that, yo, this ain't the full song that y'all been singing all of these years. This ain't the full song that they taught y'all from kindergarten. It's a lot of this song that was left out, and one of them spoke to your ancestors, the people of the same skin color as you. It's gonna make me feel a certain way about the song. Just like the analogy that I said earlier, if, you know what I mean, you knew that the person, you knew what the roots was of that person that wrote the song, what they were seeing at the time. They were pissed off because the British basically stated that the slaves that fought with the slaves that they freed from America, they would want them to, you know, fight for the British against the Americans. Of course, you want to kill your oppressors, bro. That's how it works. You don't want to become friends with them. You don't want to convince them to try to be nicer to you. Like, nah, y'all lynched my people. Y'all killed us. You made me build this country in your favor, and then you redlined me. You put me in the dirt. You know what I'm saying? Y'all did. You bombed my city, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Y'all did all of this stuff in the name of America, and then you expect us as black folks, us as descendants of slaves, to hear the national anthem, to see the flag and just sit there and praise it and love it the same way that y'all do. Nah, it don't work like that, man. So for y'all that feel a certain kind of way when y'all hear this, for y'all that feel a certain kind of way when you see people kneeling for the national anthem and they want to get whatever it is that they need to get out and be heard, whatever voices that need to be heard, they want to get that out. And they doing it by any means necessary. Of course, we're going to do it during the national anthem because we know how much y'all love this. We know how much y'all love the flag. We're not out here burning flags and shit. We're not out here doing all kind of crazy stuff we're taking a knee. We're not putting our hands, we're not standing at attention and whatever, like, if that's how you feel and you want to get that attention, you have all right to do so. It does not make you any less American. So, again, respectfully, fuck the national anthem. Fuck the flag. Them shits is nothing but symbols, yo. The national anthem is a song and the flag is just a symbol. To some people, the swastika is a symbol of white pride, right? For a lot of Jewish people, the swastika is a symbol of hate. It's the same thing for the United States flag. It's the same thing for the Confederate flag. A lot of people feel different ways when they see the flag. They feel different ways when they hear the songs. They know what their ancestors been through. They see certain laws getting passed when, things go the way that they go in Georgia, and then they start doing voter suppression and this, that, and the third, and passing all of these laws. They saw what happened during the crack epidemic. They see the difference between the crack epidemic and what's going on now in the opioid crisis. And they think about all of that stuff when we hear the national anthem, when we see the flag, and we just don't feel the same way that a lot of y'all pro-Americans feel when y'all hear the national anthem and see the flag. That's it. That's the video. Y'all comment. Tell me how y'all feel. Tell me how much y'all hate me. Tell me how much y'all love me for putting this into perspective. Hopefully I did a good job. Subscribe to the channel. Share the video. Spark the conversation. Peace. Your boy, P Double.